Hi, I am Kev, and in this video I'm going to talk about tourist traps to avoid in Paris. A trip to Paris promises an immersion in French culture. The city lives up to its hype, offering an incredible array of world-class attractions. But while there are countless things to see and do, there are also a few things to avoid in Paris. Luckily, you won't be in the dark. This list of tourist traps and travel mistakes to avoid in Paris will help you save time and money and pave the way for a more enjoyable experience. Before I share my tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more interesting travel videos. Let's begin! Number 5. Having false expectations of Paris. Paris is often romanticized in films and videos. If you have watched Amelie, you might walk away with the idea that Paris is pristine and picture perfect, but is that the real Paris? There are parts of Paris that are rough, loud and dirty, grubby streets with graffiti covered walls like every other big city too. But the city is charming also. If you don't come to Paris with false expectations, you won't be disappointed. Number 4. Don't let anyone approach you with shiny trinkets or make bodily contact with you. Vendors trying to scam tourists by selling bracelets are a common sight around the steps of Sacré-Cœur, so beware. If anyone comes up to you offering jewelry, souvenirs or other objects, and especially if they attempt to touch you in any way, avoid eye contact, say no in a firm tone and walk away. Once in Milano, that same thing happened to me and I bought a bracelet for 5 euros. Number 3. Souvenir shopping. While the temptation to pick up replica Eiffel Towers and Arc de Triomphe at the shops closest to these attractions may prove as difficult to resist as an overpriced Ladurée macaron, once again, this is likely to be where, still giddy from your experience with the real thing, you're most likely to be hoodwinked into paying top dollar. Frankly, if it smells like a tacky tourist trap, it probably is. You'll encounter dozens of stores hawking this kind of, dare we say it, overpriced garbage on your Paris travels. On Rue de la Huchette in the Latin Quarter, on Rue de Rivoli by Louvre, just about everywhere in Montmartre. But if it's Mona Lisa fridge magnets or I Love Sacré-Cœur mugs you're after, you'll find them at much more palatable prices in the airport duty-free at the end of your trip. Number 2. Paris tourist traps, common scams. Paris is a very safe city for vacationers, but as with any tourist city, it's worth being wise to common scams. It should come as no surprise that most crimes against tourists take place in the immediate vicinity of landmark attractions like the Louvre, Notre Dame and the Eiffel Tower. Why? Well, large crowds make for easier targets and smoother getaways for pickpocketing gangs who will likely have melted away into the hubbub long before you even notice your wallet, purse or phone has gone. Watch out too for anyone who approaches you for directions, accidentally bumps into you and spills their drink down you, or approaches you in the street with shiny trinkets to sell. In other words, allowing a stranger to get too close around major Paris attractions probably means kissing goodbye to your holiday money. Sure, it may occasionally be entirely genuine and innocent, but it pays out to remain vigilant to avoid falling into what are near legendary Paris tourist traps. Number 1. Traps for hungry tourists. It really shouldn't be possible to have a bad meal in Paris, but the City of Love may have a higher percentage of tourist trap restaurants than any other on the planet. All eager to lure unsuspecting punters in for lackluster lunches and disappointing dinners. But how do you spot these wanton betrayers of French foodie culture? There are a few telltale signs that should make you run a mile, and these usually include one or more of the following. Waiters on the street trying to persuade passers-by to come in. Red alert! After all, if they have to beg for your custom. Signs in English that aggressively lay claim to the best steak fries, escargots, frog legs in town. They're probably not the best and could be, well, the worst. Alright dear viewers, that's it for our Parisian pitfall prevention. You're now equipped to dodge the overpriced and underwhelming, and instead have a trip that's oh la la. Remember, there's a barrel full of hidden gems waiting to be discovered in Paris. Fun fact, the Louvre Museum is so big, it would take you a whole week to see every single piece of art at just 30 seconds each. Now, hit that subscribe button to join the adventure, and let's make sure your Parisian memories are magnifique, not miscableux.